So with dissident voices seemingly being punished by authoritarian corporations and the nation still suffering the hangover of Chinese-style pandemic lockdowns, is Britain in the grip of a communist-style takeover? Well, that's what England idol Matt Le Tissier thinks, with the former Southampton hero tweeting, "The time to speak is now. A communist takeover is slyly being implemented. They're very clever, but they don't fool everyone. Good will triumph over evil." What a tweet! Well, Le Tissier was mocked for his analysis by the likes of woke lefty comic David Baddiel and BBC lovey Richard Bacon, but was unwavering in his face of such criticism. He joins us now. Matt Le Tissier, great to have you on the show. Wonderful to meet your heroes at last. The lockdowns, vaccine mandates, cashless society, universal basic income. It's not a conspiracy at all, is it? It's a reality.
I'm afraid it is a reality. And, you can call it communism, Marxism, whatever label you want to give it. But it's all heading towards the same thing. And that's the erosion of our freedoms as people. And I find it incredibly concerning the way that this country is going. And they're doing it very, very slowly, although they seem to be cranking things up a little bit over the last few months. And a lot of people don't realise what's going on. And, by me trying to point that out and to try and get people to think about this stuff, it appears, that's the cue for all the people who are probably in favour of communism, actually, who decided to try and attack me because I had the temerity to speak out against their ideologies. And as long as I'm annoying all the right kind of people, then I'm quite happy to keep tweeting. Don't worry about that.
Yes, I mean, some, Matt, would argue that use of the word communism is a bit far-fetched. What would you say to that?
I think you've only got to look at what's happened to people who go against the government narrative, having bank accounts frozen, political opponents being attacked. I think the stuff that is going on right now, I don't think is too different to what has happened in communist countries in the past. And so, you can, as I said, you call it whatever name you want. But we are gradually having our freedoms taken away from us, and they are doing. And if you haven't read the story of or know about boiling the ethical frog, then I suggest you read up on it, because that's exactly what they seem to be doing to us.
Are you surprised, Matt, that people in the world of football have not spoken out?
Am I surprised? There have been a few, in all fairness. There have been some, and I've had quite a lot of people come up to me in person. In fact, I had 3 people come up to me just this morning at a golf day that I was playing. 3 ex-footballers who all came up and congratulated me and said, well done for speaking out, don't stop. We agree with everything that you're saying. Those guys didn't have a massive presence on social media, but it was nice to have their support. And there are a lot of people that think that. Over the last few years, I've had a lot of messages from people who have said in private to me, we agree with everything you say, but unfortunately we can't speak out because, I need a job to pay the bills.
Can you name any of those people, Matt?
I think that would be incredibly disingenuous of me to name those people. I think it would be pretty unfair on them because that would just hang them out to dry, and that's not the kind of person that I am. I would not do that to those people. And it's, it's just a fact of life, that these people are frightened for their futures and they don't want to jeopardise that, so they won't speak out. I've taken the decision that I feel that it's too important not to speak out, and if that means that I earn a lot less money now than I did 3 years ago, then so be it. I will just cut my cloth accordingly and still keep speaking out because I feel like it's the right thing to do.
Listen, Matt, I'm a huge fan of yours and I'm fascinated by what you have to say on Twitter. I think you're incredibly courageous. I think you're a hero all over again, once on the pitch and now in the public sphere. There are those that would say that when you talk about this kind of communist-style takeover, the idea of cultural Marxism and the woke stuff, or even world government and a plan for world government, no property, that kind of thing, some people would say you've lost the plot. How would you respond to that?
I would say to those people, it might have been a good idea for you to go and look on the World Economic Forum website 3 years ago and see what their plans were. There's plenty of speeches that you can view where a lot of world leaders have spoken about a new world order and a one world government, all that kind of stuff. So there's plenty of stuff out there if you want to go and look for it. If you can't be bothered to go and look for it, if you can't be bothered to educate yourselves, then I suggest you don't have a go at me. I think it's quite strange that people are willing to kind of have a go at you if they haven't decided to go and have a look at things for themselves. I've had a look at it. I've come to my own conclusions. All I ask is for people to go and have a look at it. They might come to different conclusions to me, and hey, that's absolutely fine. But don't be ignorant. At least go out and educate yourselves into what the possibility is maybe happening in the years in front of us. And that's all I'd say to them.
Matt, I've only got a couple of seconds. And some would say, New World Order, you're going to own nothing, you'll be happy. It's all bunkum, but it is all about opinions. Yours are worth hearing. In the last few seconds, how do you see this playing out? In your tweet, you said good will prevail. Will it?
Yeah, I 100% believe it will. I believe there are way more good people on this planet than there is evil. And it's only a matter of time before we come together and we defeat what is in front of us. I have no doubt whatsoever that there are so many people in this planet, and too many people go, well, what can I do? I don't have a big platform. What can I do? But there are lots of things that you can do. Do not comply is the first one to ridiculous diktats from tyrannical governments. That's the first thing you can do. And make sure you keep using cash, because that's pretty important going forward.
Matt, what a star you are. Great to have you on the show.